Okay, game just ended. Game 2 of the finals. Oh man, that fucking blows. I'm rooting for Indiana regardless, but very good game. I mean, all four players, about 4 or 5 players on the. Let me pull up these stats. I just remember that OKC went crazy. I just got done watching it, but I mean, their stats are crazy. On the Pacers, Miles Turner came up. Halliburton did decent near the end. They still had a bunch of players, like Naismith. Siakam sort of had an off night, and Mathurin put up some points, and then TJ McConnell. But Thunder, like, they just had. That was the difference between this game and last game was that Shet did not do as good last game. He had like 6 points. In this game, he answered. So that's the issue with this right now is that, I mean, they also weren't able to cut through as easier. I mean, during the first game, they were able to keep it around the same range. And, it was like 12 points, 8 points. It would keep going up and down 12, 11, 8, 7, 9. But in this game, it was always in the range of 18, 15, 16, 20. And that's like, it just, near like 4 minutes, I was like, if they can't get it down to like 12 or something by 4 minutes, I was like, yeah, this is over. And, I mean, they answered the call. They had some crazy defense. Shea popped out and just, I mean, you couldn't guard him. I think that's the one thing in this series is that if the Pacers want to win, sometimes like you just can't. It's not like you let Shea go in, but it's like you got to focus on the other players because if you can shut down Shet, and you could shut down fucking Williams, J-Dub, then you'll come up. It's just there's nothing really to do about Shea. Shea's just he's gonna get in there. I think also with this 1-1, it's honestly I don't know why, but when people take home games, sometimes it's not a big deal if it's one. Like, they could come right back and take another one, and next thing you know, it's tied, or they can go up 3-1 on you. So taking one home game is a good thing, but it's also not a good thing. I mean, against this team, it's like you want two. Like they took 2 home games, it would have been a lot different. I think next game, though, they probably got to sort some shit out. And, I mean, I've seen sometimes down the pick, I see fucking Mathurin just running down there and, not really being focused enough to where it's like right when they get down to the fast break, he like loses focus and he's like, what the fuck am I doing? And then tries to pass it back, but it's like it's too late. They're already on you. Take advantage and shit like that. With Rick Carlisle being the coach, though, I really do think they could really over these 3 days until Wednesday and come back and come up with some answers to this. But for right now, like OKC, I had a feeling that I already knew they were gonna win game 2. I just didn't know how they were gonna win it, and I think they won it like damn near exactly how I thought they would have. It would have been like, it wouldn't have been a blowout, but it definitely would have been like, yeah, there's no way you're coming back. Like a blowout's like 25, 30 points, 20 plus points most of the time. The extreme blowout's like 40 points, 30 plus points. But this one was, it wasn't close. I mean, it was like 16 points, but the whole time it was like 18, 20, so it was damn near a blowout. It was out of their range. It was like probably 9 possession game, so. Next game, though, I'm hoping they can come back strong and try their best to go for them and get that dub. But they got to do some changes and shit like that. Siakam had an off night. He didn't really do as good as he usually does. Check his, I forgot how many. What is his field goal percentage? Yeah. So I'm saying he went 3 for 11. I noticed he went 3 for 10, and he didn't really shoot much. He had a lot of fouls, though. I mean, he got a lot of fouls on him, so he was able to get some free throws up. But yeah, I mean, he went 3 for 11, which is horrible. I mean, that's like 29% or some shit, like 30%. It's horrible. Naismith. I'm not gonna lie. Even though Naismith went about like 50%, which is good, but he had some really like impactful threes, and I was sort of mad they didn't swing out to him more and just let him do his thing. But he was in the periods of time that he was playing in the beginning in like near third quarter. I remember third quarter, I think he put up like 3 threes or 4 threes or something. And I was like, holy shit! But they had an answer for everything. They didn't take advantage of these random spurts. Tyler Halliburton had 12 in the fourth, so he did come back and put in that work. But fucking Chet, Shea, and J-Dub play basically what they usually play as. I think that's also the thing too is that they really got to focus. Also, Caruso did good tonight. Caruso had 20 points and crazy on defense too. Wiggins went crazy too, 18 points. That's where the difference is right there. Is that the Pacers, you don't know who's going to be putting up 15 plus points. Most of the time, they all do almost. But I think that's the thing with the Thunder is that their big edge today was easily Caruso and Wiggins. I'd see Wiggins put up like a couple of threes, and I'm like, damn, they're just daggers. It's over. But I like the Pacers playing style though, where it's like, I mean, most of the time they're trying to get in there. They don't really care if they're down 15 with 3 minutes left to go. They're still playing. I like that method because, like, you wanna make these players work their butt off and shit like that. I mean, but it's gonna be hard once they go back home. If they take it, they take it. I'm not gonna be surprised either way. I'm like, if they win, they win. It's gonna be close. It's not gonna be a blowout. I think it's gonna be close. It's like really close. It's probably gonna be like a 1 possession, 2 possession game if Indiana wins. If OKC wins, same thing. I think it's gonna be close. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think both teams in game 3, that's the game you want to win now. Like game 3 is the game. Whoever wins that game will put in it should get your foot on their neck, because now, if Pacers win it, they're up 2-1, and now the pressure's a little bit off of them a little bit. They can go back to game 4 and go home again and try to take them and get 3-1. But if OKC wins it, they just got back home field advantage. Now Indiana's like, damn, like we got to win this game 4, else we're down 3-1. But it was a crazy game for sure. I watched it live, and I'm sitting here thinking, oh yeah, like 4 minutes left. I even though like I know Pacers have a chance no matter what sometimes, but when it's 4 minutes and it's like an 18-point game, like 17, 16-point game, I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. Like it's not even like they don't have a chance. It's the way they're playing and the way it's going down. I just know they're not coming back, because the way they're running through it, it's not like they're in a fast break. They're not like, they didn't just come up off of like a fucking 8-2 run or something. They're just like battling it out. It's been an 18-point game since fucking halftime. So it's like they're not really stepping it up. It's just there. They're passing back and forth. It damn near was even after halftime. It was like everything was the same. Nothing changed, and it really does blow, because I look at before, I think it was like a 3-point game. Like the first quarter was actually like a game. Like it was like, okay, this is gonna be cool. Like I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to see what was gonna happen. I mean, it was 20-26. It's not bad. It's pretty close. Like 2 to 3 possession game. They can come back. But then that second quarter is where they did it. They had 33-21 in that second quarter to give them an edge. I think like 18-point edge, and they never looked back. I mean, every quarter after that though was damn near the same. They tied up. It's that second quarter that did it for Indiana, because they couldn't get back on track after that second quarter. I saw they had 33-34. It was almost tied, and then Indiana barely won the fourth quarter, 33-0. But it doesn't matter. Indiana only went up 2 points in the second half compared to what happened beforehand, where in the first quarter, a close game, 6 game, but then out of nowhere, OKC goes on like a fucking, I think it was like it was like a big ass run though. I think it was like 12 something run. I had it in my recents because I remember I was watching this right before I tapped in during halftime. Was it 19-2? Oh my god! Oh, it was a 19-2 run. Damn. Yeah. So see, like things like that, bro. 19-2 run. Oh my god, bro. 19-2 run, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. That's exactly what happened. And it sucks. Next game I'll be reporting on it and shit like that. I don't keep up with sports all the way unless it's basketball. I should have been posting about it, but the Pacers could do better. 19-2 run is unacceptable. I'm just happy they won game 1, put their foot on their necks, but still, in my opinion, like I seen with the Nuggets, the best that Pacers can get out of this if they lose game 2 and they win game 3 is like you're 2-2. You want to win both too. If you win both game 3 and game 4, okay. That's the problem though too, is if they win game 3, I feel like they're gonna get it. They're definitely still gonna try. Of course, Pacers always try no matter what. They're here in the finals. Like you wouldn't expect a 4th seed, 50-win team, beating these 64-18 win teams. The Knicks, Milwaukee, just back to back in 5-game sweeps. 6 game. series that could have been a 4-game series if they didn't lose game 3. They were up game 3 against Knicks, but then Knicks came back and clutched up. I just see it as it's an opportunity. I think Pacers could come back and win this, but it's a very close game. 1-1. They got this, but they're gonna look back on what's going on. I don't want to predict nothing. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I already had a feeling. Like I just think it would be a miracle for them to win game 2 against OKC. Nuggets won game 1. I was surprised, and then they go to game 7. But with the Nuggets, it was back-to-back wins. Like, okay, Nuggets win, OKC wins, Nuggets win, OKC wins. Then OKC wins again. They're up 3-2. I think OKC won 2 in a row, if I'm not mistaken. They went down from 2-1 to 3-2, and then next thing you know, Nuggets came back. Sucks dick though, but it is what it is. Regardless, though, this is gonna be a series, and honestly, let's take a step back. I feel like we forget to appreciate the people that make it to the conference finals. What is the definition of a contender? Like next year, Pacers lose, Pacers don't. They need to be in that contending conversation with the way they play. They're not some silly team. I know there's fringe contenders, and you want to look at records. People get distracted by records all the time. But OKC obviously is a really good team, probably a generational team. Probably, it's a top. Their record's number 2 in the last 30 years, ever since Jordan. They're up there, like 68 wins, 14 losses. That's not, a fucking MVP on their team. Hasn't been done in a while. So, if they win, they win. I wouldn't have expected them not to win. It's more of a threat if they don't. But they're building a dynasty, a young-ass team. God damn, bro. Allergies like a motherfucker. But yeah. Be sure to tune in. I'm going to be posting every single day some type of content. I'm not on live anymore. I'll be trying my best to hop on live, but not really in the mood to be on live all the time. Regardless, though, I want respect to be put on Pacers' name for what they've done and what they are going to be doing. They were, people forget, Minnesota, yeah, they lost, but they're in the conference finals. Going to the conference finals is not an easy feat. In my opinion, if you make it to the conference finals, even just, twice or 3 times out of a 5-year span, regardless, you're a contending team. Even if your record doesn't scream that or your players don't look like they're a contending team. If you're in the conference finals, you're a top 4 team. It is what it is, though. I hope the underdog wins, though. I'm rooting for Pacers. My dad's from Indiana and Indianapolis, actually. And then my uncle lives in OKC. He's been living there for 30 years. So, it's a big rivalry going on right now. I just hope Pacers can come through and win. It'd be very interesting for me. But, yeah, love y'all. Make sure to tune in next video. I'll be posting every single day.